you just tuning in, we're here on the Extra Mile Radio Show at Space Coast Entrepreneurs Radio Network. I'm your host, Tom Fulmer. I'm also the founder of Space Coast Entrepreneurs. And in the studios with us is Andrew Gall of the Gall Group. He's our social media guru, and I'm going to put him on the spot here since this is going to be on the air for everyone else. We're going to try to talk him into being one of our experts on Space Coast Entrepreneurs a little bit later on, so I have some direct access to it there. We'll see if we can, you can tell he's a very shy fella, so we'll see what we can do on that. But let's talk a little bit about Space Coast Entrepreneurs we were talking about the other day and how that relates. I know one of the things that was our really driving mission, and it's a similar mission to what you guys have, is to help business owners in a way to be more successful.
Absolutely.
And it's to help your community be more successful by building up your local business community.
Yeah.
And whereas you consult directly with businesses on specific parts of that, whether it's some of the insurance side or whether it's on the marketing side of things,
sure,
we provide that forum and expertise to link with people such as yourself and provide us in mentoring programs, and strategic alliance programs, business development programs, some of the coaching, the workshops, the training, those other things we can bring in one package together. Yeah. Now, what are you seeing as you work with business owners out there? What are you seeing that some of the major needs are? I know because that's one of the things we work to address with the organization, which is going to be going national in October, which would be a pretty cool thing. So what Absolutely. Are you seeing out there as far as a trend and the things businesses need to be more successful, you know, finishing up this year and starting off the next year on a new slate?
I think the biggest need that I've found, Tom, is people need direction. Mm-hmm. We're at a point in our economy, in the business environment that we all find ourselves in, where there are a myriad of tools.
Right.
And everybody gets one. You know, they all get on board because they know they need to. I've got to have that. I've got to be on board with this. I need to be involved with that. So they do. They get involved, but they don't know why, and they don't know where they're going. And I think that the biggest service that fellows like us, which have an area of expertise, can do for business owners is in our area to give them direction. Okay, you've got the tool. You're involved with social media. You've got a Facebook page. You've got a Twitter page. You know that you need to be working with human behavior. You understand these things, but now what do you do with it? What are your goals now to use those tools? What is 1, 2, 3 that you can take into 2010 and, you know, check off your checklist, that those things will help you build your bottom line, help you get the things that you want.
Right.
And I think that if we can provide that direction in each of our areas, we will empower business owners, entrepreneurs, the corporate people here in our community to really go forward and build their people, set goals for their people, give direction to their people, and it's just such a synergistic approach that will just become so powerful.
Right.
And it builds success for everybody. And, you know, at the end of the year, we all look at each other, great job.
That'd be a nice thing to have everyone do, right?
Sure would, wouldn't it?
Well, I tell you, it's interesting that I do a lot of traveling and speaking all over the country. That's a big part of my business. And I just got back from New Orleans. I was speaking with one of my clients up there, and I had a group of managers. And it's very interesting the perceptions that people have about what their companies are doing and where they're going in this type of economy. And there are certain companies out there that are really investing in their people. They're investing in the technology where necessary to be more successful. And there's other companies that are just sitting there wondering, what do we do now?
Yeah.
You know, they're complaining. You hear that all the time. And one of the things that Space Coast Entrepreneurs just sponsored, did you get, I don't think you guys had the chance to attend the Keep Your Job event.
We were not there.
Okay, hopefully we'll be at the next one.
Absolutely.
We actually have one coming up in Cocoa that the City of Cocoa is co-sponsoring with us. It was called Keep Your Job. It's a national organization. And it's keepyourjobbrevard.com is the one that's going to be here, be in Cocoa. And the idea behind it is not strictly the social media skills, but to talk to people about how to become indispensable, which is those interpersonal skills that most people are missing. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges that a lot of people face. They don't know how to say things the right way.
That's true.
They don't know how they're being perceived. In fact, just like we're coming on here, we have the benefit of being able to go back and watch the video and see how we did.
Sure.
And if we didn't do something well, we can go back and fix it. I know I have a habit of talking really fast because I get excited about what I do. And so I have to go back and slow that down. Most people never take the time to see how they're being perceived by other people, which directly goes to their success. And that ties in whether you're online, what you're typing to people, whether you're doing a video, whether you're putting the picture of you drunk on the beach going, woohoo, as your business page. which I have seen.
Absolutely.
Or whether you're going to in networking events person to person and just trying to shove business cards in people's
I think there's a big fear factor that's involved. People are insecure about self-evaluation.
You're saying they don't want to take a look and see how they look?
And they're scared to be honest with themselves about what they might be doing wrong. And that's the only way to get better.
Right.
If you can't step back and take a look, get advice from an expert, have somebody sit down with you and be frank and say, this is what you need to fix.
Right.
This is hurting your success. If more people would be willing to do that, we'd have more successful people.
Absolutely.
We'd have people building themselves, empowering themselves to make themselves better.
Right.
You can't make yourself better by just pushing down those around you. Sooner or later, somebody will come along.
Make yourself feel a little better for a short time. That's about it.
Sure. It's a temporary fix, but the problem never gets fixed.
Right.
And in the end, they're gonna, I did all this work. I did all these things. Why am I not successful? That's because they fix all the symptoms, but never fix the problem.
I gotcha. That sounds about right. So we were talking the other day, getting ready for the show and all. We were talking about having mentors and the ability to have someone you can go to and just ask questions.
Sure.
I mean, there's times I go to you and say, hey, what do you know about this? And you've asked me the same type of thing, and we have other people that we can do that with as well.
Absolutely.
I think having that kind of peer network is absolutely critical to being successful, whether you're in business or your personal life, whatever it might be.
That all goes back to being willing to build a relationship. There has to be a trust factor there. It has to be willing to say, I can talk to this guy, I can talk to this woman, know that I'm going to get an honest response, know that there's no personal feelings intended. They're just trying to help me. They're trying to help my success.
Exactly. We've been watching the Extra Mile Radio Show here on Space Coast Entrepreneurs Radio Network. Your host, Tom Fulmer, and the studio with us has been Andrew Gall of the Gall Group. Some great information. You're going to see him hopefully here on SpaceCoastEntrepreneurs.com on our expert column. We're going to be working on that coming up. We talked about a lot of things today. A lot of this will be available on SpaceCoastEntrepreneurs.com, so check that out, and we look forward to seeing you on the next show along the Extra Mile. Thanks for coming in, sir.
Appreciate it, Tom.